Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer, and today, instead of my typical red bag with red tape from Premier Yarns, I got this really strange box. I placed an order at the end of November and I just received my box. My box is, however, missing an item, but I contacted Premier Yarns and I'm sure that they will send that out to me. I also ordered a skein of yarn in this box, and there's no way Puzzle Shimmer is fitting in this box. So when I saw the box, I was surprised because I was like, okay, but I ordered Puzzle Shimmer as well and it's not in here. There's no way that big old ball of yarn is fitting in here. So what I ordered was some fun stuff that's not actual yarn. It came in this cute little plastic bag. I ordered some things off the website that I have wanted to try for a while and then I thought would be good for a review type video. So that's what we're going to do today. Alright, now I went on Premier Yarns website and I went to the accessories tab. So they have a little pull down menu on the side and it's like you can pick sales page, clearance page, accessories page, yarn page, and it will show you like different things. In the accessories page, they have really cool gizmos and gadgets and all of that aplenty, okay? They have knitting needles, they have crochet hooks. I've tried some of their knitting needles and crochet hooks in the past, but they were the wood version. And I actually learned to knit on the wood hook or wood knitting needles from Premier Yarns. I have a whole set of them. I really enjoy them. But now they're moving more towards having the Knitter's Pride. The Knitter's Pride line. So we ordered some of the Knitter's Pride stuff. I even got their crochet hooks. And the reason I ordered them is because A, I want to try them out. I'm very specific with my knitting needles in particular. My favorite brand actually is Shagoo. And it's what I use most often. So these have a big, they have a lot to live up to for that. Because I'm very, very picky with my knitting needles in particular. Same thing with crochet hooks. But when I saw that they had the Zing, I've always wanted to try the Zing. And I also really like the colors. I really like the colors. So it comes in this cute little pouch. We're going to do a whole review. I'm going to test these out and I'm going to give you guys honest opinions. Ooh, that zipper is stuck in there. So this was tucked in. It was hard to unzip. Cute little case. These are little man's favorite colors. And those are teeny, teeny, tiny crochet hooks. I don't know why I expected them to be bigger. Those are tiny. So, and we will talk about these as well. These have a head kind of, oh man, 2.75 millimeter. I don't think I'm ever going to use that small, but these go from 2.75 millimeter to 6 millimeter. So we're probably going to use either the 5 or the 6 millimeter because that's what I use most often. And I also ordered myself some of these socks because they have these socks every year around winter time, and I don't know why. They're the Himalayan wool socks. They do feel very woolly. I really think they're cute and I always want to order them and I always get to them too late and they're out of my size. This is a cheater idea, so you could buy socks and then pretend you knit them and then give them away as a present and say, look what I made for you. Okay, one sock is way longer than the other one. But the true test is if they're going to stretch enough to fit on my big old feet. If not, these are probably going to go to my son because his feet are as big as mine, but his legs are skinny. So, I'm going to try this on real quick while we're sitting here. Let's see if it fits. Keep in mind I'm fat and I have really big feet. I ordered, it says size 36 to 40, but it also had men's, I think this were men's sizes. They fit. Oh my god, they fit. They're so cute. Oh my god, these socks are cute and they fit my big... I wear size 11 in women's. And I have swelling in this ankle because I broke it in October. Let's see if I can get my leg up there for you guys. You see it? It's so stinking cute. Alright, I'm going to put the other one on because these socks are adorable. I am having mobility issues with my hip. I tell you guys this because my hip has not been working at all. These socks are so stinking cute. Oh my god, and I didn't have to make them myself, and they fit up my fat leg. I did have to order a men's size though. I think I got the men's something. I don't know what size I got in the men's, but they fit. Oh my god, they fit. They're so cute. They're so cute. Alright, so like I said, Premier releases these at Christmas time. These are excellent stocking stuffers. I think they were like $10 a pair. I should have brought my phone in here. Maybe I'll go grab my phone so I can have the prices. And I need to change my battery anyway because I've been filming other stuff today. We're going to go down to the table and we're going to grab some yarn. And we're going to test these things out. I will go into detail with everything I bought and prices at the table. I bought circular needles. I bought DPNs because I was missing a couple sizes. These are really heavy, like they're heavy. And then I bought my favorite wool needles of all times. I will link everything in the description box below. I will give you prices as of today's date, which is December 18th. And we will go over and we will test this out with yarn. So I'll be right back. Okay, so as I was saying, on Premier's website, they have like this little drop-down menu. You click accessories or more. And then you click hook, needles, the hand knit yarn socks, which are on my feet, which are super cute, accessories, gift cards. I just want to look at all of the accessories. So if I click just accessories, okay, so they have a punch needle kit too, which I don't want to learn how to do that. They also have frames. They have these super cute tape measures. I want some of those so bad. They have some really cute, like, kind of on the expensive side accessories that are just adorable. Knit blockers, stitch markers, etc. So the wool needles, these, which are my favorite, are $2.79. The reason these are my favorite is because they have this big, giant, pretty sturdy hole. So when you go to weave in ends, even if you got like a fat yarn, it fits through the hole without having to look to see like a tiny hole. Like it fits in there. It's easy. These are pretty smooth. They also collapse flat. So like if you're trying to get it into a tight stitch, I really just like these. I was turned on to this style of knitting or wool needle from Jujus N Stitches, and I have not, like, these are my favorite. They're worth every penny as long as you keep them handy. The only problem that I've ever had with these wool needles is if I was pulling on too tight of a stitch and I couldn't get the yarn through, this wire part has come out of the metal base, and I've broken a couple that way. That's the only downfall, but I prefer, these are my preferred knitting needle, or wool needles. Alright, so I have some Premier Basics that's just from my scrap bin on my desk, so we're going to work that up. Let me go over to the hooks and tell you how much the hooks cost. Crochet hooks. I got these all on sale. So this set is, as of right now, $40.99. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It comes with 9 crochet hooks in 2.75, 3.25, 3.5, 3.75, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, and 6mm sizes. I don't use anything below like a 4, so a lot of these are not really of use to me. I'm going to pull out the 5. They're metal. They're just a basic metal hook, but they're pretty colored. This is Premier Basics. They're really lightweight. If you are used to like just your typical little stick metal aluminum hooks, this is right up your alley. This is, you know, the head is kind of like, it's not like boy, it's more of like tulip maybe. It's kind of like boy, but it doesn't have, I don't know. It's not tapered up here. I don't know. It kind of reminds me more of the pink hooks Mr. Cinnamon bought me last year. Let me grab them. Yeah, these are tulip. So the head reminds me kind of a tulip. Not as pointy as a tulip. What size is this? That's 5.5. Let's at least get the equal size. 5 to 5. It kind of reminds me of the tulip head. I mean, it's very similar. Tulips are not my favorite. I love that he bought me these and it was super sweet, but I don't think I've ever used those because they're really short. They're like, and I don't have big hands, but I don't have small hands. So see, the tulip is a good ½ an inch shorter. Some people love the tulips because they have tiny hands. I don't prefer this style of hook at all. So keep that in mind when I'm giving you a review. I don't prefer this style hook. I thought they were really pretty. Like, they come in really nice shiny colors. Alright, so let's just work up a little bit. I, however, prefer these type of hooks for my knitting bag. I will put the aluminum hooks in my knitting bag. Oh, I like the way that stitch is. It's almost heavier on the tip, so it gives you a little bit of like, it makes you want to go. Yeah, it's heavier on this end than it is on this end. Which generally I like my tools weighted, but it kind of makes me feel like I want to tilt it more, and it feels like I might want to crochet faster. This isn't bad. You know what? Let me bring the camera down a little bit. I feel like you guys are kind of far away. And I know this is a dark yarn. We're not looking at the stitches though, so. Oops. I didn't expect to like these. And I really like the way they feel. My wind chime outside is blowing because it's windy out today. We had a storm roll through last night. Which, shout out to Anthony for letting me know about that storm. Anthony's always giving me the lowdown on stuff. Got some snow coming, there's wind coming, there's a flood warning. So thank you, Anthony. Just doing singles and half doubles. It's taken a little bit of getting used to because I am very, I use fat hooks all the time. But also I use the Susan Bates style head more often. So I prefer Susan Bates style head. I prefer like the Furls head. I prefer definitely my Omi hooks. So you have to adjust when you're using new hooks. You have to adjust the way you're doing the stitches with different hooks. So, and some yarns and some hooks are not compatible. So that's why, because these were on Premier's website, I'm using Premier yarns. And I'm using their basic acrylic. So because I'm used to using the other hooks, the stitches are, the hook is getting caught coming back through this way because I'm not used to the style head. So that could just be something that I need to get used to because it's dragging a little bit coming back through the stitches. Yeah. I feel like I have to turn my wrist more than I normally do. But I think these are going to be a fantastic addition to my knitting projects because, like I said, if you're knitting something and you drop a stitch or you need to repair something a couple rows back, if you have a crochet hook is a really good tool to have for a knitter. And I prefer this style for that. For repairing things, I use the aluminum hooks. They're just easier for me to get in and out of stitches, especially like several rows back. And also for my knitting machine. Both my Addy knitting machines, I use crochet hooks for fixing and repairing things on the knitting machine, but also for closing off the ends, I like to sometimes crochet them together. So I think this is a good addition to my tools for not necessarily long-term crocheting, because I don't use this style hook for long-term crochet, but for like small objects that like I need to repair something, or those of you that like aluminum hooks, you're gonna love this hook. Those of you that like either boy or tulip style heads, you're gonna love this hook. It feels really nice in the hand. Like, I like the smoothness and the color. And they're cute. And I really like that they came in a cute little carrying case. Alright. So, I'm not going to try all the sizes because the hooks are all the same. They're just different sizes. But yeah. So those are the Knitter's Pride. Where's the label at? It's right here. The Knitter's Pride Zing single-ended crochet hooks. Size C, D, E, F, G, 7, H, I, J. Made in India. In a spectrum of colors so bright and lively that it takes away one's breath. Shiny silver tips for ease of crocheting with any color. Perfectly shaped hooks to crochet easily. Lustrous metallic shades. Each size is its own unique color. Perfectly smooth surface. A style statement for every discerning crocheter. Well, they like to talk themselves up. I mean, it's a decent hook. It's okay. They're really pretty. They're really pretty. I don't like... How in the heck are you supposed to see? How am I supposed to get that back in there? Now it's flat. So the case is rubbish. Absolutely. How am I supposed to get that back in there? They just got lost major points for that. You guys see how flat that is? It's like so... Look at that. I can't get it up. Alright, so I got it up that way. You have to literally pick at it with your fingers. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this design is terrible. So I don't like the case now. The case is useless because I'm not going to be able to get those back in, especially if I'm having a bad pain day. It's like rubber bands, but they're all attached to each other. So if you pull one out, the tension from the hook next to it is pulling that rubber. Why would they do that? Is pulling that this way. And I can see these breaking really easy because it feels like a rubber, like a heavy duty rubber band, but still rubber band. Yeah, there's just not an easy way to put that back. Alright, so there's that. Hopefully I like the knitting needles better. And I got these. I didn't realize they were going to be so tiny. They're like... Let me open up and see why these are so tiny. Let's see what I ordered. Let's go to the accessories again. We'll go to knitting needles. Alright, so they have a whole set of double pointed knitting needles, which I actually could probably use one of those. They have the interchangeable sets. These are decent prices because when I bought the wood ones from Premier, they were Premier branded. I think they were $80 for the full set of the interchangeables, and these are only $51. And then they have a set that's $70, probably for the bigger sizes. Single point needles start at $3.99. They go up according to sizes. Then they have fixed circular needles. Where is this little tiny one I got? Because I'm not seeing it. Let's... 9-inch. $11 size options, small to large projects, low stock. All right, you guys are going to have to help me because I don't know why this is so tiny right here. I have shorties from Chigu that are a little bit longer. Maybe I ordered shorties. I don't know. A lot of these are out of stock. So we got the 9-inch. So it's 9 inches from tip to tip with the cord. And I ordered 5mm, and I ordered these because I kind of want to make some mittens. But I also will use the 9-inch for, like, you could use the 9-inch for socks. You could use it for a headband. You could use it for smaller projects. And then I ordered the 16 inches and 16-inch from tip around until the tip. Or it's supposed to be anyway. The 7mm. I don't know why I ordered 7mm. My idea is for the 16 inches is to make a hat. Or several hats. And then I ordered double point needles in 8mm and 5.5mm. And I think the reason I ordered 5.5 and 8 is because it was the closest to the smaller needles in case I needed them to go with that for whatever project. Because sometimes you have to use double point needles to get into small spaces, especially for the mittens. And I think I ordered the closest size that they had available, which is why I think these sizes. Now I'm going to pull these little teeny tiny things out because I'm curious if I'm going to be able to hold on to these with my hands because they're super small. And there's memory. There's definitely memory in the cord, which sometimes I like and sometimes I hate. But they feel super smooth and they feel pointy, which is that's a big deal for me. I'm gonna frog this out because I'm gonna work in the round. All right. So before you're a knitter and you've never seen me knit before, I knit Russian style combination. So don't tell me I'm doing it wrong. First of all, don't ask me why I'm crocheting or knitting the way I knit. Because I always get, every time I show my knitting on this channel, I get a lot of criticism like, why are you doing that? You're doing it. No, I'm not. I'm not doing it wrong. I'm not doing it wrong. I promise you it works. My knitting is fantastic. What I knit anyway. I'm on my yarn. Move the packaging over because it's crinkling like crazy. Alright, so even though these needles are really, really short, I guess I'm not having a real hard time working with them. You could totally see using these. They're not as slick as Chigu, which, like I said, Chigu are my favorite. With this size, that cord having memory or not having memory is not making any bit of difference because it just really needs to stay in this little tight circle. Which these would make some really cute socks right now, I'm just saying. And I really am sorry if this video gets out late to you and they are out of stock of the stuff that you want. I'm doing my best, guys. I can only go as fast as the orders come to me. And I also have been pre-recording a lot of videos and scheduling them out. And this is going to be another one of those videos where I pre-record and I schedule it out ahead of time. Matter of fact, I'm recording this in 2003. This video probably will not be released until the end of the year. Or maybe even 2024. Just because life scheduling conflicts. So, if you guys want like the lowdown on stuff, watch my videos. I always tell you what's coming up. I told you guys these hooks and stuff were available and then I ordered some. But also, join my Facebook group. You have to answer the questions correctly or you will not be accepted. You have to agree to the rules. However, I always let the cinnamon buns over there know what is going on ahead of time, and if there's like sales on this kind of stuff. I might order some more of these. I like them. I like that they're pretty colors, and I like that the color is different for each size. These are going to be good for a more slippery yarn because there's a little bit more grip on them than my Jujus. Alright, so I don't mind these ones at all. I have had some knitting needles that I absolutely hated. Hated. These are not that. These are pretty good. There's so many types of knitting needles I want to try, but because I don't really knit a lot, I hesitate to buy stuff, you know. But when I saw that Premier had these and they were on sale, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna try out a couple and see if I like them. All right. So we knit around a whole row. They knit decent. Let's try the bigger ones and see how those feel in my hand. I think we're gonna have to back the camera up a little bit though, because these take up more room. And try a different yarn. Alright, so once again we have a memory. I have a memory issue. Now you can heat these up in boiling water and usually they will not have such a tight memory. But because we're working in a tight circle, I don't think that the memory is going to give me an issue because it just wants to stay in a circle. But we're going to save our opinions until we get down to... I don't think I did that nearly long enough. Bentley's barking because the girls just got home. He's very excited. He keeps saying, "Where are you? Where were you? Where were you?" I'm just going to work this back and forth because I don't want to make such a long sample. So I'm just going to do back and forth with this. But we still should get an idea if those... that memory in the wire is going to cause me any irritation or be bothersome to me. Oh, I like these better. These feel so much better in my hand. Now, the tip on these, I don't know if it's because the tip is so small on the smaller ones. Yeah, the tip is smoother than the base, so it wants to hold the stitches on down here, but it slides really easily over my knitting needle tips, if that makes any sense. Which, I mean, I can appreciate that because if you go to put your work down, and what I do very often is I will just push it back up the needles a little bit and let it sit. That's going to be less likely to slip off because this part has a little tiny bit of a grip to it. Especially with the tighter stitches. And I totally twisted that this way. Yeah, if you're working at the tip of your needles, which I don't tend to do, I usually go up and work on the shaft. It's way smoother, but there's a little bit more grip in the colored section of the needle. There's friction against the yarn and there's friction against the knitting needles. This part is just slight, like this part is polished, this part is a little tiny bit, and I can't feel it with my fingers, but like I can feel it with the yarn. I really like the way these feel. I think these are going to be my new go-to reach for. I really like these ones. The small ones are okay, but like I like this bigger size better. I'm just going to knit every row because I just feel like it. I'm just going to do some garter stitch. Oops. I like the way these feel. Like I said, with the DPNs, there's a little bit of weight to them. They're a little bit heavy. But I like a heavy tool in my hand because it helps me to grip it better, to hold on to it. Especially with knitting, I do a death grip right here, and I will actually cause that to happen to my thumb quite frequently. Especially when I'm knitting, like I always leave an indent because I death grip because I'm scared I'm going to lose the knitting needles. And I've done it since I learned to knit. And I've tried, and I've even had some of you send me like the square collage needles, which I really like too. But I still, no matter what, I do a death grip. And I have to actually tell myself to like calm down and let go a little bit. Because with crochet hooks, I don't even hold on to the crochet hook. I just let it sit in my hand because it's heavy. And so that's why I think I like the way these feel weighted. I definitely like these. I'm glad. I wish I had ordered more, but I'm glad I got some of these. And this 7mm, I can see using this for hats. Because this is a good size for hats, the 7mm. And yeah, there's just grip right where the purple is. And then when it goes back to the wire, like it slides real easily. But when it's on the purple section, it's like holding the stitches. Which I have no problem with that whatsoever because it helps me to know that it's not going to slip off. And the tips are nice and smooth, so they're going on the next needle very good. Alright. Now I know what you're going to say. Okay. You can't use different size needles in the same project, but we're gonna because we can. I don't have a full set of DPN needles. I have all of the DPNs that I have were gifted to me, all of them. I bought 2 pair of DPNs for myself and I hate them because they're acrylic like resin and they stick so bad to the stitches. So this is 7mm, so I'm going to grab the 8mm, and I know that's a whole millimeter difference, and you shouldn't do that. When I'm making hats, I very often have to use the wrong size DPNs when I'm doing the decrease because I don't have a full set of DPNs. I have bits and pieces, so I have to use the closest size DPNs I have. And that's what we're going to do here. Usually I try to go down a size so that the decrease can be smaller stitches. It doesn't really make a difference. But in this case, we had to go up a size, and that is just fine. It's just fine. Alright, I'm going to tell you right now I like these DPNs. They're heavy. They feel a little bit weighted, which is what I prefer with my knitting needles for the reasons I already told you. What I also like about these needles is the problem I have with Chai-Gu is I can't see the font on Chai-Gu because it's right here. Can you see it? It's right here. It is etched in so lightly that I cannot see what size this says. I mean, I just put my glasses on. That might help, but it's not going to help a lot. All right, I got my glasses on. And I have to twist it until it's in the light just right. And I can't even get you guys... I mean, you can kind of... When I twist, you can kind of see something that's happening right there. But it's so hard to read. And with these knitting needles, like, it is... It's there. It's there in white. You can see it. clear as day. That's the one problem I have with my Jujus, is I have no idea what size the hooks and needles are half the time. So I have to get that little gauge thingy and put my needle in and make sure I have the right size and make sure both needles are the right size. So yeah, with these smaller, now if you were getting knitting needles with longer cords and the cord did this, it's going to try to spiral while you're working with it. So I don't know that I would like these for bigger projects like blankets or sweaters or whatever, but for knitting hats and mittens and stuff, the memory doesn't bother me because it just makes them want to stay in the circle form while I'm working in the round. But I really like the way the DP ends feel too. And I know that it's too late to ask for these for Christmas from Mistress Cinnamon. Maybe I'll put them on my list for next year, right? I really like these. I like the DPNs. I would like the whole set of these. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? I recommend these to you guys for sure. Whatever ones you can get your hands on if you're a knitter, you will like these. Crochet hooks are okay. The knitting needles I like better. The crochet hooks are just okay. But again, keep in mind, I don't use aluminum hooks. I use big fat hooks like this all the time. But if you like aluminum hooks and you like that style head, I mean, they're a good price for that set. The material on them feels nice. They've got a smooth head just like these. Got a little bit of a weight to them. So yeah. I wanted to show these to you guys because, yeah, see, it's sticking to the color, so it's not real easy to push my stitches down, but they're not going to fall off real fast either, which is like having a stopper here without having to buy stoppers. And it comes real easy off the tips. I like these. I definitely like these. And you guys see how fast I worked up this sample, and I knit slow generally. Yeah, I like these. I don't feel like I'm going to accidentally slip stitches off of the needles. And that's a big deal for someone who's not super experienced. Like, I can do color work with knitting. I have knit stockings that were gorgeous with color work. I have knit socks. I have knit hats. I have knit a shawl. I still feel inexperienced when it comes to knitting because I just know the very basics. So I feel like I really like that they stick to the color and that they slide so easily off of the tip. I really like that about these. I like the way they feel. So these, how much are the DPNs? Did I tell you guys? So the circular knitting needles are different prices for different sizes. So the 9-inch 5mm, which of course are out of stock. A lot of these are out of stock. Alright, so these, like I said, they start at like $3 something. They're like $5 for some of them. The 16 inches start at $5.19. Now a lot of those are low stock. And then the DPNs, how much are the DPNs? The individual pack of DPNs, where are they? Start at $3.99. That's not what that is. That's, they don't have the single DPNs anymore. Do they? Yeah, they do. Start at $4.99. So $4.99. Up to like that's like $5 for the bigger ones. $5.50. And then they have a full set of the DPNs. They have 2 full sets of the DPNs. I need to go back in because I accidentally exited out. They have one for $41.99. They have the circular sets for $51.99. And then $69.99 is another DPN, or not DPN, set. So the double point needles are $41.99. So the same price as the crochet needles. They have a lot of needles available in different sizes, but they're all like low stock. DPNs go from, there's 6 sizes. Doesn't say what the sizes are. I can't see. Alright, so these are teeny tiny sizes. US 1.5. Up to 3.25. So those are the tiny ones. I don't even want those. I want the thick ones. And I don't think they have the thick ones anymore. So yeah, I just wanted to do a review on some of the accessories, some of the stuff they have on Premier's website, because I wanted to try out some of these things. Let me know your guys' opinions if you want to see more videos on some of their accessories. Like I said, they have really cute tape measures. They have really cute accessories and stuff. If there's anything you want to see reviewed, go ahead and let me know. And I will try to get in an order for those in the upcoming year. Or if I air this in the upcoming year, this year. So I like the 16 inches. I really like them a lot. The 9 is okay. And I like the DPNs. And the crochet hooks are okay if you like that kind of crochet hook, but the case sucks. And definitely get yourself some of these wool needles. The wool needles, where'd I put them? Don't tell me I lost them already. The wool needles go out of stock frequently. Just keep an eye on them. I lost the wool needles already. And I just told you guys. I don't know where I put them. I have other projects on my desk though, so that's the problem. Where the heck are the wool needles? Anyway, the wool needles are fun. They work good. I lost them though. Are they underneath? No. Yeah, I totally... No, they're right there. They were right there the whole time. You didn't even tell me. The wool needles are my favorite. And like I said, they go out of stock frequently on Premier's website because they're so popular. So if you can, get yourself a couple packs of these and make these your go-to wool needles, because they really are like the best wool needles because of that little... I mean, you can fit big yarn in there without trying to fit it through a metal hook, but they also fold flat to go through tight stitches. They're my favorite. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.